So welcome back to the 15th edition of Technique Tuesday, again joined here by Matt. Today we're going to be going through 3 different static holds that's going to help improve stability when it comes to other movements. These are the 3 holds. Okay, so the first technique we're going to go through is, of course, the plank. Here are going to be a few little tips to help make it more effective and really work that core. So we're going to go for a low plank. So Matt's going to place his elbows on the floor. His elbows are going to be directly below his shoulders. He's going to lift his knees up. He's going to hold strong. Now, a lot of people, when they do the plank, they end up letting their back sag and go for an anterior pelvic tilt. This is just going to put all the load in your lumbar spine, and it's not going to work your core that effective. So from there, we're going to go for a posterior pelvic tilt. We're not going to round the back too much. We're going to try and keep the spine in a neutral position. We're going to tuck the hips at the bottom. That's going to help engage the core a bit more. It's going to put all the load into the core muscles rather than into the spine. The rest of his body is in a nice straight line. We're just going to squeeze the core. The harder you squeeze the core, the more effective it's going to be. If you're used to holding the plank for 3-4 minutes in that first position where your hips are sagging and all the tensions in the spine, then if you change it to this, you'll probably go about 30 seconds and you're really going to feel it in the abs. And that is our plank. So the second technique we're going to go through is the wall sit. This is going to help build a lot of strength and stability in your lower body. So what Matt's going to do is he's going to imagine he's sitting down on a chair, except from there's no bottom to it, there's just the back. So he's going to send his hips back into the wall. From here, we're going to have our feet shoulder width apart, keeping our knees tracking our toes. You're going to try and get it so your hips are in line with your knees and your knees are in line with your heels. So it's a perfect 90-degree bend at the legs there. You're going to try and keep your back up straight and keep the core braced, eyes facing forwards. Now, a good way to know if you're in deep enough is imagine you've got some sort of bar across your lap. If the bar would fall off the lap at the front, then you're too high, you need to get lower so you can get more load in the legs. If you're too low, you're not going to feel it in the legs either. So we want it a nice in-between stage where your hips are in line with the knees. Again, working towards that 90-degree bend. And that is our wall sit. Okay, so the third hold we're going to go through is the hollow hold. Now to start with, Matt's going to lie flat on his back. He's going to have his hands by his hips. Your whole objective is to have the only point of contact between your body and the floor is your hips. So from there, Matt's going to engage his core. He's going to lift his hands up, lift his upper body up and his legs up. So he's kind of sitting in a dish position. He's going to squeeze his abs. He's going to hold it nice and strong. And as you can see, the only point of contact is his hips. Again, you're holding it for a set amount of time, keeping everything else locked in tight and keeping all the tension in the core. Once he's done, he's just going to slowly lie back down on the floor. And that is our hollow hold. So thank you for tuning in for this week's episode of Technique Tuesday. Today we've been going through 3 different holds to help improve stability that will transfer to your other exercises. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube to get notified of when we next upload. Make sure you like our Facebook and follow our Instagram to find out what we're up to. And if you want to find out anything more about everything Epic, go to our website.